perfect Christmas meal wouldn't be complete without some tasty seasonal vegetables on the side. And right now, all this veg is half price at Sainsbury's.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Since we don't place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it...
Treat your cat with Whiskas Temptations and make their Christmas magical.
Need a new bed? You need Dreams, and it's our biggest ever sale. Save over 50% off thousands of beds and get an extra 20% off a huge range of beds. There's up to 3 years free credit on everything, up to 50% off all bedroom furniture, and buy now to beat the VAT increase. That's Boxing Day in our biggest ever sale. Dreams, for a great night's sleep.
Tell Magnet if you're unconventional. Tell Magnet if you're traditional. Tell Magnet if you're colourful. Tell Magnet if you'd like a great deal. And beat the VAT increase, because we'll pay it all for a limited period. Magnet, what happens in your kitchen?
The estate agent. These knowledgeable creatures know all the ins and outs of buying, selling and renting. They see what's moving and what's not. You'll find them at Rightmove. So if you're buying, selling or renting, track down an estate agent at Rightmove today.
Dolce & Gabbana, the one, the fragrance for men.
Yeah, well, I think you look good today.
I went with the black and yellow stripes.
Good choice, it's a good choice. Yeah, they're very in right now. Hold on, what is this? Vodafone freebies?
It says free texts and free web when you top up. I'll tell you what, that is a pretty good deal.
Well, let's go in and ask. Ow. Ow.
Top up and get free text and web. Just one of the new Vodafone freebies on Pay As You Go.
Yeah, or we could just use the door.
Yeah.
Vodafone freebies on Pay As You Go. Power to you.
Very festive, a trip to the sales. And B&Q's is the only sale worth talking about. See, he thinks so. No wonder, really, with up to 60% off all Cook & Lewis bathroom suites. And 15% off when you spend £50 or more on all bathrooms. Plus 5 years interest-free credit. So this fully installed bathroom with a £409 deposit could be yours for less than £60 a month. Celebrate with a big night out. If you can get her out of that new bathroom. B&Q, the only sale worth talking about.
This festive season, join ITV1 for 3 brand new feature-length episodes of Marple.
You see everything, Jane, don't you?
As Julia Mackenzie brings Agatha Christie's famous amateur detective to life.
The killer could be any one of us.
Brand new Agatha Christie's Marple, Monday at 9 on ITV1 and ITV1 HD.
In this live celebrity special, you can win half the final prize money live from your home. With Live Celebrity, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Tonight at 9 on ITV1 and ITV1 HD.
Charity's furious after Kane nearly ruined the plan. She's going to have some explaining to do in Emmerdale in half an hour. First, 8 months after life-threatening surgery, tonight looks at a bond of brothers.
Tonight, Miracles of Great Ormond Street. The incredible story of how these conjoined twins survived separation.
We promised to bring them back, so it's so special to come back on their first birthday now.
Freedom, isn't it? Freedom.
And facing the future, how the boys have made their parents' Christmas dreams come true.
I don't think that there's a word in the English dictionary yet for Hassan Hussein. They're just every wonderful emotion of putting to one.
Good evening and welcome to the Tonight programme. Back in March, we followed conjoined twins Hassan and Hussein Ben Hafaf on their incredible journey to separation. The operation to part the two boys carried high risks, and their parents and sisters endured many heartbreaking moments along the way. 8 months on from their life-threatening surgery, we've gone back to Ireland to see how the boys, who'd become known as the Little Fighters, are getting on. Separated, but still with a bond of brothers. On the surface, Angie and Azzedine Ben Hafaf look like any other couple, enjoying a day out with their children. But this is a family who've endured the most extraordinary past 12 months. For 2010 was the year that this couple gave their conjoined twins to surgeons and prayed for a happy outcome. And against extraordinary odds, their prayers were answered.
Careful. Mom. Daddy, help Mommy down. Mommy wants you to listen to the waves. And I want you to smell the lovely sea air. Because Mommy's going to bring you down here when you're big boys, aren't we?
Back in March, I spoke to Angie and Azzedine in their hometown of Cork in Ireland. With 2 little girls already, Malika and Iman, another pregnancy had left the couple overjoyed. But at the first scan, they received the kind of news which every parent dreads.
You have a little chorus going on, guys. She put the gel on me and she started scanning. And she said, I'm actually seeing 2 babies. It's twins. And I was delighted. Twins, you know. 2 for the price of 1, you know. And her face just wasn't kind of getting happy with saying twins, you know. She said, I'm seeing something I've never seen before. The babies are joined together.
And you found this very difficult to take in, really, when you got home and absorbed the shock. I mean, you went to a very dark place, really, didn't you?
I just grieved. I just went home and put my little scan picture into a beautiful frame, and I stayed there for 6 weeks.
Just looking at the picture and...
Conjoined twins occur when 2 separate embryos fuse, and it affects just 1 in every 50,000 pregnancies. Tragically, in most cases, the twins die before or soon after birth. The crucial factor for Angie and Azzedine was whether their twins shared a heart, and waiting for that news was unbearable.
She wasn't eating, she wasn't drinking, she was very dehydrated, and she didn't know what to do herself. She wasn't thinking right. She thought she was losing it. Myself,
it's been terrifying.
It was very terrifying. It was really scary in the time. I mean, for 6 weeks, we had to go through all that upsetting and just too much.
But after months of waiting, the news came through. The boys had separate hearts.
We got one of those 3D scans, and I have this wonderful photograph of the boys clasping hands in the womb. And I remember the pregnancy, like at 24 weeks, that was my picture of hope. I just changed everything from that day. I thought, you know, this is good, and we've been given a chance here.
On December the 2nd last year, the couple came to London, where the birth of the boys could be overseen by a team well versed in the delivery of conjoined twins.
She was absolutely terrifying. I mean, this is it. It's going to happen now. I was next to her, holding her hands. I said, look, it'll be absolutely fine. Be fine. They came out and I looked at them and I just started bawling, crying. I mean, I never seen conjoined twins in my life in front of them, never. You'll think you hear about them, you know, probably watch a program about them, but seeing it in front of you, it's just something like amazing. You'll never experience something like that.
I just cried when I saw them. They were just so beautiful. You know, I think there's a fear when you think of seeing conjoined twins that, oh God, you know, is it going to look very abnormal? And But you don't, you see beyond it. When they're your babies, you love every bit, shared or not shared, you know, there's more to love, you know.
Almost a year to the day Hassan and Hussein were born, I've come back to Ireland to see the boys. And since then, a lot has changed.
Hi, how are you? I'm fine, it's lovely to see you. How are you? Oh, dear.
This is a day none of us knew would come, with the conjoined twins separated, healthy and growing independently.
Do they still like to be very close together?
Yeah,
how does it all work between them?
When they were separated first, like it broke our hearts. I think that when they were separated, they had a full month of being apart, you know. And about 5 weeks after the separation, they were placed back in the same cot together.
Yes.
And that was so magical, you know. And they just went back into the same position, which was so strange, you know.
What? So just along the side where they were joined.
Yeah, they would just have gone back in again together.
Like that.
Yeah. Oh, there's got to be trouble now. But even to this day, you know, every night, like, we would put them in the same cot. Yeah. And because they're after getting so big, we would tend to top and tail them now rather than side by side. And even though we top and tail them every night, every morning when we awake, they're back side by side in the same conjoined position. You know?
So that's just their natural inclination.
Yeah.
That's where they sort of need to be.
And I think it's lovely. I think me and Az love when we see that, because it just kind of we have missed how they were as well, which is quite strange.
To think of that, the past 12 months and all of it, all of what you've been through, it's just astonishing, isn't it?
I know that there are days, like especially recently, that both myself and Asdeen have been quite emotional.
I bet.
And it's just we're coming down off of this mental roller coaster ride that had highs and lows. And, you know, even though it's wonderful how they're doing now, they still have a lot of challenges ahead of them, you know, and we're aware of that.
It's the morning of the boys' first birthday, and Angie and Azzedine are taking the twins back to the beach in Cork. It's a symbolic moment for the couple, a day when a year full of pain and fear can finally be washed away.
We promised to bring them back. When was that? Just before the separation, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was about 2 days, 3 days, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it's so special to come back on their first birthday now. Yeah. Same time, everything.
It's not separate. That's all we're joined to, it's not separate.
Now enjoy it this time, yeah?
Yeah. Freedom, isn't it? Freedom.
They're hoping in 2011 that the boys will get their prosthetics. And that'll be another big little challenge for them, you know.
Today the twins are heading for a treatment base in Cork run by Enable Ireland, a charity which helps people with disabilities lead active and independent lives. It's where the hard work to get the boys mobile begins.
Hassan and Hussein have very different personalities, because Hussein likes to examine toys and look at them, and Hassan likes to bang them together, as you can see, and he likes to take 1 second with each toy and drop it down again, and Hussein is more...
He's our professor.
Exactly. Hassan then will use everything he has to move, and Hussein is a little bit more cautious. He's definitely... He definitely thinks about how am I going to do this, and what way am I going to do this, and how will I sit, and you know, how will I hold my toys, and wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, he just thinks about everything, even with people. Hassan will go to anyone and he'll just be so friendly to everybody. But Hussein will kind of check you out first, and then he'll go. You know?
The main challenge faced by the boys at this stage is getting the alignment of their bodies right. With half of each pelvis missing, it's important the boys' spines are encouraged to develop straight. A specially designed prosthesis helps in this process and enables Hassan and Hussein to sit.
You know, we didn't know what to expect to see. Like, we'd never seen a prosthetic before, and we didn't know what a sitting prosthetic would look like, you know. And I remember I was holding Hassan, and Hussein was putting his little prosthetic first. And I remember my first time on seeing him placed in this and then in the little bumper chair. And my immediate reaction was I had to hand Hassan over to Asdeen, and I just burst out crying, and I ran out of the room. You know, it's...
What were you thinking at that moment? Was it just a hard thing to see, and it felt like, presumably just feels like the next thing you've got to
Yeah, I just felt they looked, you know, they looked really, really like Hussein just looked so tiny and so vulnerable, you know. And it just hit me how much they still have to go.
It's a long old road.
Angie is painfully aware that the boys have a long, hard journey ahead of them and that there is no time to waste. Like any other children, the boys are going to want to be as active as possible, and she'll do everything she can to help them.
I don't think that there's a word in the English dictionary yet for Hassan and Hussein. They're just every wonderful emotion all put into one, you know. Like if I was to take little shapes here and put them into a bucket, you'd have happiness, pride, courage, strength, hope, love. You just have so many words associated with the two of them, you know. And you know, I know it's hard work, and I know we do get days that we are weepy, and you know, we kind of, it's only normal. I suppose we'll think of how much we've gone through this year as a family, but you know, when you see the two rewards like this, it just makes everything so worthwhile, you know.
It's probably the top of the pelvis there, and there's a bit of a curvature in the lumbar spine. But
At this early stage of their development, Hassan and Hussein's growth is being closely monitored by Mr. Patrick Kiley. Nephew of the surgeon who separated the twins in London, his input has become integral to the boys' care.
Children do grow completely randomly and in different spurts and so on, is that we try and encourage the spine to grow as straight as possible. So what I would like to do would be to get a kind of a baseline sitting x-ray. In the fairly near future, it doesn't need to be this week, but sometime maybe in the next month or so. Yeah. And then we look at it again fairly closely in about 3 months and do a repeat sitting x-ray and see. One thing we don't want to miss is perhaps a progressive curvature.
It's important, like for the human being's body, like the spine. I mean, if that didn't work now properly, obviously.
No, okay, but that's what I do. I specialise in spinal disorders and in early spine issues, and there's nothing to worry me here right now. Okay?
All of this seems a world away from the two boys we filmed in April this year, when their parents made the arduous journey from home to London for the boys' separation. With just an 85% chance of survival, the risk of one or both of the boys dying remained.
I suspect they would love to have pulled out. It's one thing to have a child who's undergoing major surgery with a significant risk of killing it. It's another thing to have two children undergoing surgery that might kill one or both of them. So all your instincts, I think, must be saying, I want to scoop up these babies and run. So I think it takes immense courage on the part of the parents to actually allow it to go ahead.
It was going to take a team of 20 medical staff to separate the boys at Great Ormond Street Hospital. One of the world's leading centres for the treatment of conjoined twins, Hassan and Hussein's surgery was the 22nd of its kind for the team, a fact that offered little consolation to Angie and Azzedine when the time came for the boys to be admitted for surgery.
That's the most toughest time probably in my life.
Finally, the moment that Angie and Azzedine had been planning for had arrived. Summoning every ounce of courage they had, they began the long walk to theatre. Separations are amongst the most challenging and complex of paediatric procedures. It is also unknown territory for the surgeons. No amount of x-rays, scans or investigations can give them a complete picture of how delicate nerves and tissue are connected. It is complicated and painstaking, and there are no guarantees of survival.
We can't take you in because Philip is clean. So try second one. Rosy cheeks, haven't you?
8 months on, and Angie and Azzedine are back in London with appointments to see the medical staff who took part in the surgery. It's the first time they've been back since the boys were separated.
Doesn't feel sad like before. Feel nice. You know, it's something small, but you know, we're not worried or scared about it.
Wait till everyone in Great Ormond Street sees you guys. They won't believe how big you've got.
Before meeting the staff, the boys have to be scanned to see how their organs are developing and to check if any further medical intervention is needed.
What we're here for now is just so much smaller. I mean, it's nothing in comparison to what they've gone through already. When I was washing the boys this morning to bring them over to the hospital, you know, and get them ready, little Eman came over to me and she said to me, Mummy, are we bringing the brothers back to the hospital to stick them together again? You know, I'm kind of trying to think what's going through their little minds, and I'm just trying my best to explain to them, you know, that they will, you know, be back here from time to time for ongoing little procedures.
Hello. Hiya.
Seeing the theatre staff who took part in the separation brings back painful but ultimately happy memories.
Hello there. Hello there.
The lead surgeon, Edward Kiley, hasn't seen the boys since they left intensive care. Just seeing him again reassures Angie and Azzedine that Hassan and Hussein are in safe hands.
Well, one way or another, it's been quite a year, hasn't it? Extraordinary.
Yeah, I sometimes wonder how we're still standing. You know,
Mr. Kiley reassures the couple that Hassan and Hussein are progressing as expected. During the separation, the surgeons discovered that the boys shared fewer organs than anticipated, making the outcome better than hoped.
In surgery, you get lots of surprises, and some of them are very nice like this, and some of them are not at all nice, as you'll understand. And I suppose the thing about an operation is you can do the same operation and get wildly different results, and you don't know why one is better than the other. Now, these children, I suppose, were fundamentally healthy. They were in very good shape when we did the surgery. We were doing the surgery at the time we would want to do it. And so, from our point of view, everything was in our favour for getting the thing done reasonably well. And they surprised us. They got better so quick. Yeah.
On this occasion, the doctors need to explore whether Hussein needs a blockage in his stomach removing.
it still doesn't get any easier, it doesn't.
But the walk to theatre is very different to the one made just 7 months ago.
We were holding one little boy each, you know. Hassan was with Azzedine and Hussein was in my arms in his little tiny gown. And it was just so strange, you know, to walk in those doors holding two separate little boys. You know, you can't help but just having flashbacks to, you know, how painful it was the last time we did that walk. And just how far they've come in such a short time, you know. It's just an absolute miracle.
Looking straight at me, in the lens there, lovely, straight at me.
It's been an incredible year for the Ben Hafafs. As in the UK, the Irish people have taken the family to their hearts, full of admiration for the tremendous courage they've shown over the past 12 months. Today, the Ben Hafafs have come up to Dublin to receive an award from one of Ireland's best-selling pregnancy magazines.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Ben Hafaf
family. We were told the odds were actually 1,000,000 to 1 that they would live to birth. So I suppose everyone had prepared us for a burial when they were born. But I had to tell myself every morning they were going to live, otherwise you just couldn't face the day. But my 2 little girls got me through my pregnancy. I've got a rock of a husband, you know, and the 6 of us started this journey. And it's so beautiful to end this year on such a high note. Little Malik actually had wanted to speak to Martin. She wanted to say something.
OK, what was it you wanted to say?
My brothers are so handsome. I'm so happy that they lived and they make me laugh all the time, and now my family's living like happily ever after.
As the boys arrive for their first birthday party, it's impossible not to reflect on the year just gone. From their incredible fight to be born together, through the 11-hour operation to separate them, and now the first steps in the journey to leading independent and active lives, these are a pair of boys who have overcome incredible odds. The future may not be without complication, but it's a journey the family will make together.
An amazing year in the life of the Ben Hafaf family. Now, if you'd like any more information on our programme, please visit our website at itv.com/tonight. And that's it for the programme for this year. We'll be back in early January with a series of special reports about the major issues affecting Britain's 12 million children. Until then, with Christmas wishes from all on Tonight, good evening and thanks for watching.
Well, tonight they might be used to performing in front of the cameras, but when $1 million for charity is up for grabs and the cameras are live, it might be a different story when 4 stars battle it out in a Celebrity Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, live at 9 o'clock. Next, though, and we're back off to Emmerdale.
Shot twice.
He doesn't look like your typical customer.
I know who he is.
The victim was one of us.
Bit dodgy, was he?
Who killed your friend?
You need to scratch beneath the surface. People rarely say what they truly think.
You have no idea who you're dealing with.
James, look! New drama, Linda LaPlante Above Suspicion, coming soon on ITV1 and ITV1 HD.
My name is Robert Neville. I'm a survivor living in New York City. If you are out there, please.
The ITV1 movie premiere, I Am Legend. Tuesday at 9 on ITV1 and ITV1 HD.
The SCS sale starts Boxing Day, and we tick all the right boxes. This sofa's down to just $3.99. Tick! Or this one's real leather, now $4.99, just £10 a month. £10 with 4 years free credit. Save 25% on G-Plan and Lazy Boy too. The SCS sale. Doors open 10 a.m. Boxing Day.
From scientific research, Centrum Advanced. Vitamins and minerals in enriched and specially balanced combinations. To help release energy from food. To support your immune system. And to help maintain healthy skin. Everyday multiple benefits with enhanced formula Centrum Advance. Clever you, clever Centrum.
Dolce & Gabbana, the one, the fragrance for men.
Need a new bed? You need dreams.
And it's our biggest ever sale. Save over 50% off thousands of beds and get an extra 20% off a huge range of beds. There's up to 3 years free credit on everything, up to 50% off all bedroom furniture, and buy now to beat the VAT increase. That's Boxing Day in our biggest ever sale. Dreams for a great night's sleep.
All right. Okay, you change positions. Beautiful. Wow. I'm going to come down low. Yes. Yes. This is really good. I love it. Ow. Beautiful.
Hey, can we have our camera back now, please?
Pro quality pictures made easy with Live Guide, only on the Olympus Pen. Now with £30 cashback.
That number's going to reopen. Can't lose faith. We will make it home. One day.
This is nothing like you've ever experienced before.
Primeval returns, coming soon to ITV1 and ITV1 HD.
Join Paul.
Gather round the telly, children.
What? And a cracking Christmas Eve guest list.
That's say not audible to a child on a Christmas Eve.
With Emmerdale's Danny Miller, champion of the world David Hay, and performances from Cilla Black and the one and only Bette Midler.
Big laughs, big laughs.
The entertainment's flowing, and so are the presents.
To keep you over Christmas.
It's a full house for Paul O'Grady's Christmas. Friday, Christmas Eve at 9. ITV1 and ITV1 HD.
Can Steve ever forgive Becky? And someone's about to face a life-changing decision when we're off to Coronation Street in 30 minutes after Emmerdale.
Don't let your feet touch the ground, and don't look down. Don't let your feet
Tombola, Britain's favourite bingo site, sponsors Emmerdale.
Get up.
There's two of us now.
Oh, leave it, Jimmy. I said, get up so I can hit you again.
What are you doing?
Ask Romeo here.
You stupid pillock.
What's been playing away, hasn't he?
What? He's got it wrong. It was her.
Get inside.
I haven't finished with him yet.
Inside.
Get your hands off me!
Inside!
What?
Eve? What are you doing home at this time?
I just had enough.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine.